Regional health services are working harder than ever to look after vulnerable communities during the Level 4 lockdown. One of those is Hora Te Pai Māori Health Service in Kāpiti, who, aside from offering their usual medical services, has also been giving out food to people who've lost their income or are struggling with the lockdown. This comes as the seriousness of Covid-19 hits home for the region, with confirmation this week a 70-year-old Kāpiti man died due to the disease. Hora Te Pai invited our reporter Logan Church and cameraman Dom Thomas to see how they and their community are coping.
It's early in the morning, and despite the cold, the Hora Te Pai team are standing in a large circle outside their building for a karakia. They do this every morning. The way this team works has changed dramatically over the past few weeks, and how they serve their 1,500 clients in the area. Inside, Dr. Chris Fawcett is getting ready for consultations over the phone. He's concerned about communities that may have COVID-19 in them without realising it.
The numbers of people with COVID appear to be going down, which is great. But the concern, and I think it's a fairly widespread concern, is that if there are pockets of COVID in a community, particularly a high needs community, they could spread really quickly. We need to be very vigilant in our community, and particularly the other high needs communities around Wellington, that we are actually swabbing the right people.
Before long, we have to go, as appointments begin.
What are we doing for you this morning? Okay, tell me a wee bit more about your sore throat. How long have you had it for?
Only a stone's throw away from their building at Kāpiti Health Centre is drive-through COVID testing stations under a large white tent. Cars have been coming and going all morning. Back outside the centre and suiting up are outreach nurse Shannon and community worker Robin. On goes gowns, masks and gloves before they enter a house. Their work has ramped up over the past couple of weeks, so appointments that might usually take place in the clinic can happen at home.
We're a lot busier. I suppose we're trying to keep people out of the clinic, so our workload's probably doubled.
First up, they're stopping at a home to give immunisations. Then a welfare check on a man staying in a hostel during the lockdown. Finally, a trip to the Kāpiti Food Bank to pick up food for another one of their clients. It's really busy here. A team of 2 volunteers are sourcing food inside. They would usually have more volunteers working, but 90% of the volunteers that would usually be here are over 70 years old and are staying at home. In between handing out food parcels, the food bank's coordinator, Kerry Lovell, told us the food bank is seeing a far more diverse range of clients.
Young people, particularly 16 to 20-year-olds that have suddenly lost their jobs, and it's taking a while for them to get income. We have quite a few, particularly men, who come in and the despair in their eyes is very real. They don't know how to feed their families, and they don't know when the next money's coming from. And it's really nice to help them.
The demand for basic things like food is so high that Hora Te Pai is helping to set up another food bank in nearby Waikanai. A carving workshop is now stacked with canned food, toilet paper and other essentials. Boxes are being stacked by the health centre staff.
We're putting butter, chicken, biscuits, eggs, sugar. I think we've got coffee, tea.
Hora Te Pai manager Cherie Seamark says there is a growing need for the essentials her team are giving out.
With this COVID situation, we've now joined up with our local iwi, Te Aotearoa ki Whakarongotai, and we're providing today care packages on behalf of iwi, and my workers are here packing them up and delivering them because we're essential workers and we can get out. It's our job here on the Kāpiti coast to ensure that our whānau are looked after, their care is taken, their medical care is taken care of, and they have access to what they need.
The floor of this workshop cum food bank is covered in bags and boxes ready to be delivered. They will continue to work like this for as long as needed, a helping hand at a time of great need. For Checkpoint, Logan Church.